Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now this week I'm actually just going to be showing you my entire Ringo collection because I don't really have enough of either the singles or the albums to give it like a video each like I've done with George Harrison and Paul McCartney. So I'm just going to show all my Ringo stuff in one video, and there isn't a huge amount of it, so it shouldn't take that long. However, before I begin, I would just like to give a shout out to a channel called Vinylizer. Now he was very kind and gave me one a couple of weeks ago, and I meant to give him one in last week's video, but it completely slipped my mind, so I'm really sorry for that, mate. But anyway, I'll say if you like anything to do with kind of rock, metal, thrash, anything like that, then he's your guy, because he shows all types of Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, anything like that. He's got a really good channel and some amazing stuff. So I'll put a link in the description to his channel. I really recommend that you give him a check out because it's definitely worth it in my opinion. He does some great videos. Okay, so now let's get started with Ringo. So we'll begin with the singles, and first of all, on the Apple label, released in 1971, we have "It Don't Come Easy," which is one of my favourite Ringo Starr solo singles, and it's produced by George Harrison. And it was actually written by Ringo, the song, and he did a really good job on the lyrics for this because I think it's a really good song. And the B-side is called Early 1970, and if you listen to the lyrics of this song, you'll probably work out that it's actually about the Beatles. So he describes a different Beatle in each verse, and it's actually a really funny song, so I would recommend that one if you haven't heard it. And that's also written by Ringo, of course. And now from 1972, we have another single on the Apple label. However, this is unique in that it's actually on a blue Apple label. And this is Ringo Starr's "Back Off Boogaloo," another original song. And I've got to admit, I really do like the blue Apple label, actually. Very unusual, but I think it's great. And this was also produced by George Harrison. And it's backed with "Blind Man." And this was produced by Ringo and Klaus, and I'm sure that's Klaus Vormann, who designed the cover for the Beatles' Revolver album. And here's a copy of Ringo's single "Photograph." It's not a brilliant copy, as you can see. It's had the centre removed at some point, but still. So there's "Photograph," which was written by Ringo and George Harrison. So a collaborative effort there by two of the ex-Beatles. And this is another one of his finest tracks, in my opinion, from 1973. And backed with "Down and Out." And here we have a picture cover this time, and it's Ringo's cover of "You're 16." Also really good. And the back's just the same as the front. And this is on the same type of label as the Photograph single. You can see it properly now because this one does have the centre intact. This is from his self-titled album, which I'll be showing later in the video, and was also released in 1973. And here I've got no fewer than 1, 2, 3 duplicate copies of "You're 16, so I'll just get past those. And here is Ringo Starr's next single, "Only You." This also comes in a picture cover. And there's the back, just the same as the front once more. And this one is on this really cool label here. Came out in 74, this one. And there's the back. And this single isn't an original track by Ringo. It's an older song which I've heard a few different versions of, actually. But Ringo does a pretty nice version. And my next single by him also came out in 74 on the Apple label, and it's Snookeroo from the Goodnight Vienna album. And this is backed with Ooh-Wee. Now, here we have a slightly more obscure single, but in my opinion still a very good one. It's called Weight of the World, and as you might be able to tell by Ringo's face on the front there, this is a later single. And it came out in 1992. Got a barcode on the back there. And it's backed with After All These Years. And it's from the album Time Takes Time. And this is on the Private Music label. And it's got the typical generic black and silver label design of the 1990s. And there's the B-side. And finally, we have one from the 21st century, and it's Liverpool 8. And it comes with a sticker at the top there. European Capital of Culture, Liverpool. For Liverpool 8 for the Liverpool 8 Capital of Culture celebrations. That's 08, as in obviously 2008. So this is 9 years old, this one now. But there's the back there. And at some point this was pre-ordered from HMV. And it just features the lyrics and credits and stuff on the back. The actual single comes on a really nice red vinyl here. And there's the other side. Actually, I do have one more, however this is an American release. It's on the revived Capitol Rainbow label. And it's got You're 16 on this side. And it's got Devil Woman on the other side, so it's just a reissue of that single. And it comes in this Capitol Company sleeve here. And now for the LPs. So we begin with Ringo's debut solo album, Sentimental Journey. And if you go to Liverpool, you can actually see this pub. It's still there, and it's an interesting thing to go and visit. So here's the back of the sleeve, which has the tracks on. Very good album, this, in my opinion. And this, of course, is on the Apple label. And here's the record itself. In stereo, of course, for 1970. And there's side 2. And next we have Beaucoup of Blues, also a pretty good album. And there's the front cover for this one. And here's the back. Got the tracks at the top there as well. So this one came out in 1971. And it was actually still made by Goward and Lofthouse at this point. And it's got a gatefold sleeve. It's got the lyrics on the left part. And it's got a collage of pictures on the other. Actually, this album came out in 1970, sorry, not 1971. So same year as Sentimental Journey. Still on the good old Apple label. And here we have Ringo's self-titled album. And this is also very good. This is probably one of the Ringo albums I listen to the most, to be honest. And there's the back of the tracks. And this was a 1973 release. And here's what the gatefold sleeve looks like. There we go. So you just get this massive star pattern here, which is nice. And you also get a booklet, which I believe may have been attached to the inside of the cover once, but it's not anymore. But here it is anyway. And in this, you just get the lyrics and some very interesting pictures. I'll show you a few more examples. So yeah, a very interesting booklet. And there's the label. And I really like the green text that you get on the LP version of this label, whereas on the single I think it's just normal white text. And there's side 2 as well. And now we have Goodnight Vienna, another good album. Slightly weird cover, but oh well. And I'll just show you the track listing again. So here's side 1. Hopefully you can see this. There we go. There's quite a few singles off this album. And there's side 2 there. And there's like the space galaxy picture on the back, which I really like. And here's the sleeve, which also has some pictures on it. You get pictures of John Lennon down there, who not only wrote a few of Ringo's songs around this time, including "I'm the Greatest," and also the song "Goodnight Vienna," but also just played on quite a bit of it. There we go, and side 2 just the lyrics. And here's side 1. Now the text might be a little difficult to read because for some reason it's kind of got this fuzzy design on this label. I don't know if that's intended or if it's just on this copy. And it's weird because it's not really on side 2, so don't really know what that's about, but oh well. And the last thing I have to show for this video is the Compilation Album, which came out in 1975. Blast from Your Past, 10 of Ringo's greatest hits up to this point. And there they are on the back. And this is a really good compilation album. If you want to get started with Ringo solo stuff, I would recommend getting this album if you can, because it's a very good early greatest hits compilation. And here's what the label looks like. In fact, I'll show you the inner sleeve first. There we are. And the label looks like this. It's actually got a unique red apple label, different to the red apple label from the American release of Let It Be. Still nice though. A very deep red apple. And there's the other side. Alright, so that's the end of this week's video. So I'd just like to thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed seeing my Ringo Starr collection. And next week I'll be showing my collection of John Lennon, which has been updated since the last time I showed you it. But anyway, I'm looking forward to doing that. So thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.